Hello world, I'm AgitatedCrane and I welcome you back to the Star Trek Online. I have put a candy into my mouth, so I will be probably mumbling even more than I did before, but my throat hurts a little bit, so it's like, it's medicinal candy. It's like a mint or whatever. It's supposed to soothe your throat a little bit. Now, obviously, the more logical solution would be to stop recording videos and not talk on the mic, but that is not what I want to do. Anyway, let's hail command for the next mission. Diplomatic orders. A simple mission to escort a diplomat to a Vulcan world brings your crew into conflict with the Klingons. Klingons.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
We will get a new torpedo launcher. To the Vulcan! Are we far away? Not really. Should we talk about something? Or, you know, Crane should just keep quiet and protect its throat from the frogs, from the croaking noises. You know what? Let me know in the comments if you actually interested in this game, because I feel like not very many people know about this game. Like there are a lot of players, right? But at the same time, it's like if you see like the trailer for the next expansion, it has like 1,000 views and 5 comments, something silly like that. And whenever I talk with my friends about this game, they never know that this like exists. I think it's like poor marketing or something. Like there are no ads online for it. Like you see ads all the time for other games, but never for Star Trek. And this is strange because they constantly push new content. Like even if it's not like grindy content, they would release a new mission, right? Then they have like seasons which release an entire new reputation, new store and stuff like that. So that's like they are constantly pushing content. The game is definitely not dying, at the very least. I don't feel like it's dying. But it feels like there are like a small number of players that just play it a bunch. No! I did the mistake again. Can we go back? Yes, we can. Sorry. I should learn to do it properly. The second planet in the 40 Eridani star system. Alright. Vulcan orbits the primary K-class star, as do two smaller stars. It is a harsh desert world with many active volcanoes and towering mountain ranges. Its atmosphere is thin and the gravity on Vulcan is higher than that of Earth. So they should be stronger, right? The Vulcans have adapted to this harsh world, developing great strength and endurance. See? And this is what I was talking about. Everyone has a different ship. Like not these posers, right? But here you can see this pixie guy with his Jem'Hadar. I think it's like cruiser or battleship or whatever. Captain, we have arrived at the Vulcan system. I took the liberty of contacting the ambassador's site when we arrived. Not site, aid. Tepela says that the ambassador has certain arrangements that he prefers when traveling. She would like to go over them with you. Would you like me to put her on the main view screen? Make it so.
Greetings. Thank you for agreeing to escort the ambassador to Pajem. Ambassador Sokov is currently attending a ritual to honor the end of the Kalrek holiday. He will be done soon, but the ambassador is hesitant to use transporter technology. His bias against the transporters is not logical, but I have come to accept it.
Oh. Actually, I know how this episode ends, right? Because I played it before. So far, the only new episodes were the ones in the Age of Discovery. And I think somewhere from here are episodes that I haven't played that much. So I'm not that familiar with them, but like up to Delta Quadrant and I think Iconian War. That's the time period that I played a lot. So I know this like very well. Although some of them were updated, so I'm not familiar with them. But I know how this ends, and this about transporter is actually interesting. I will comment on it later.
I believe that Soketh would be much more comfortable traveling by shuttlecraft. I have received clearance for you to land near the ambassador's location. I look forward to meeting you in person.
Board the shuttle. Thankfully it's not like shuttle mission. We are ready to land on Vulcan, sir. When you are ready to make our final approach, let me know. And this is our shuttle interior. Quite spacious. There are some noises from my neighbors. I hope my mic is not picking them up.
Starfleet shuttlecraft. This is Vulcan Orbital Control. You are cleared to land at the requested coordinates. Welcome to Vulcan. Please enjoy your stay.
Captain, the ambassador and his aide are waiting for you at the temple at the top of this rise. You can speak to them there and find out if the ambassador needs anything else from us before we depart for Pajem. Nice world. And if we look at map, it's actually quite spacious. I only have to go there. The rest is not required for the mission. I think there are some like when there is event or something like that, then you can then the map is used, but otherwise it's fairly empty and it's fairly huge. So it's something interesting, right? I wonder how they make it. Surely they are not crafting it by hand, right? Because if they did, why would they make it so enormous, right? It actually reminds me of that in Mass Effect when you could land on any planet, but these planets were like empty. So that's how non-mission planets feel like on in Star Trek. Not that you can land on many of them. I think you can land only on like Vulcan and on Andoria, I think. The rest have either story associated with them or something like that, so even though they are huge, they have like stuff to do. But those, not really. Or at the very least, I haven't yet discovered much. Maybe in like user-created content, there is stuff to do. Who knows? Hello, people. Some bald Vulcans. Is this Spock? Surely not. No, it can't be. Let's remove our first-person shooter reticule, or whatever you call it, and let's talk to Tepala. Welcome to Vulcan. Captain, I regret to inform you that we have come to an impasse in completing your mission. Allow me to explain. As you know, Pegem is sacred to the Vulcan people, and access to it is strictly prohibited. Ordinarily, this would not present any difficulty, but Savin, the leader of the order that maintains the monastery, has chosen this moment to illogically refuse to grant Ambassador Socket permission to meet with the abbot at Pegem. This is most abnormal. Can this trip wait until Savin changes his mind? The ambassador has considered going to the council to request that they overrule Savin, but the process will take time that he simply does not have. Why? If the ambassador is unable to complete his journey to Pegem now, he will have to delay it until after the trade conference at Corridan is complete, and that could take weeks. I wonder why Savin won't grant the ambassador permission. The ambassador, I'm afraid, has spent too much time off-world. I have seen it change him. His interaction with other species have grown easier over the years, but our own people have become more challenging for him to deal with. Perhaps you could speak to Savin. I know he has a great deal of respect for Starfleet, and you might have an easier time than he has in convincing him to grant the ambassador's request. Let me speak to Savin then. And I cannot speak to the ambassador. Okay. Savin, what's the deal?
Peace and long life. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Oh, we can. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, all of this is optional. You only have to do the green one to proceed in the mission. But I feel like, since we are doing a let's play, right? I sort of want to read all of that. But at the same time, it's going to take a while, because they are usually very wordy in this. And also, it is surprisingly hard to talk and read when you have something in your mouth. Socket says you won't permit him to visit Pegem.
Sarketh accuses me of abandoning logic, but he is the one refusing to explain his reasons for wanting to go to Pegem. The planet is sacred. Our ancestors walked those paths. They found understanding and serenity in its quiet. When I am at Pegem, I feel more at peace than any place else in the galaxy. Pajem has been touched by outside influences in the past. The Federation is at war. Now more than any other time, we must protect this refuge.
The war he is talking about is the war with Klingons. And it's actually a different war from the one in Discovery.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Why did the Vulcans restrict access to Pajem?
Many years ago, Pajem was used for political purposes. Technology used to spy on the Andorians was hidden beneath the sacred sanctuary. It should never have happened. Buildings that had stood for 12 centuries were destroyed because we allowed politics and war in a place where there should only be logic and contemplative thought. When the monastery was rebuilt, we pledged to keep it safe from the cares of the galaxy. Only those who seek peace may enter.
I'm so happy that this NPC is voice acted.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
The Vulcan people have monasteries?
Even a people who reject emotion require peace and contemplation. We are a spiritual people. Our rituals guide us throughout our lives. Vulcans who choose a life of study and isolation, as the monks at Pajem have done, help us maintain our connection with our ancestors. The monk's study of Sirach's words in the Kirshara give us all a greater understanding of who we are and who we should strive to be.
This is going to sound weird, but I'm starting to like Vulcans more. Like before I didn't really care for them much, but now listening to him, like no emotion, require peace and contemplation, it almost reminds me of like of the Dune, right? I'm currently reading Dune, not the exactly Dune, but like one of the Dune books. I have been reading it for the past like 2 years, I think, the entire series. And actually the Vulcan philosophy and the way they act, I could see them like working in that universe. It just, as I was listening to him, I just had flashbacks to the like Bene Gesserits and stuff like that. So I never appreciated Vulcans before, but they are actually quite cool.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
That's why I am happy that I have Tamav on our crew. Tell me more about Surak.
Centuries ago, the Vulcans were creatures of emotion. We fought one another in a series of wars that devastated our planet. Our species was on the brink of annihilation. Sirach taught us to embrace peace and to put aside our emotions in favor of logic. Sirach ushered in a time of awakening on Vulcan. His writings, the Kirshara, shaped all that we are. Without Sirach, the Vulcans you know would not exist.
I wanted to comment that if you haven't watched Star Trek, if you are not a fan of Star Trek, for example, and you haven't watched it, you don't know all the lore behind Star Trek, this game is a good start. Like if you are watching this Let's Play, you are actually learning stuff about Vulcans, and you will later learn more about species, other species. And I'm going to be honest with you, I started playing this game like when? I don't know when. I think in 2014, something like that. I'm not sure. When it went free to play, I think it was in 2014. And that was actually my first Star Trek exposure, because before the only Star Trek I saw was a few episodes of the original series, and it was always broadcasted like very early in the morning, so I couldn't watch it. Like I could, but it was something still like 5 in the morning, right? And I woke up like at 5:30 or something like that to watch cartoons. So my only exposure to Star Trek was the original series, and only like half an episode occasionally when I woke up earlier, right? But I did watch it, right? When the Next Generation was airing, I think I was too young for it to really appreciate it, and so I watched like one, maybe two episodes, and I really didn't like it. Besides, there was usually something different on another channel, so I would watch something different. And as I mentioned before, I actually grew up watching Stargate, so that's like my sci-fi universe that is closest to my heart. But after this game, I actually enjoyed it so much that I actually decided to watch Star Trek. So I watched the original series, I watched Enterprise, I watched Discovery, I watched some of the movies, I watched all of the rebooted movies from J.J. Abrams. Another unpopular opinion, I actually like them. And I watched, I think I already watched like 2/3 of The Next Generation, and I watched like first season of DS9. I'm trying to watch them in chronological order. I found like chronological order for TV shows and movies, and I'm trying to watch them in that order. But before I did that, I watched like the original series, because before that I tried to watch it like by the airtime, I guess. So I watched the original series, then I watched Enterprise, and then I switched to The Next Generation.
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Don't you trust Ambassador Socket?
I neither trust him nor distrust the ambassador. I simply do not understand him. He will not reveal his reasons for wishing to speak to the abbot, and has refused a mind meld with me. Normally I could respect his privacy, but other things I have heard trouble me.
Oh?
Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Tell me more about what you have heard.
Sokoth has spent more and more time away from Vulcan in recent years, and seems ill at ease in what was once his home. Tapella admits he has changed in the past few months. He spends hours closeted in his study, and does not share meals with his staff as he used to. Tapella says that the stress of the war with the Klingon Empire is taking its toll. She hopes the peace of Pajem will restore him. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
What if the abbot agrees to speak to Socket via subspace?
The monks do not use any unnecessary technology. Even replicators are not permitted on Pajem. There is a communications array available to the monks for emergencies. Soketh's request does not qualify. Do you seek knowledge of the ancestors?
Is there any way I can persuade you to allow Socket to visit Pajem?
I will permit it if you will pledge to me, on your honor as a Starfleet officer, that you will protect Pajem from harm. Soketh says his reasons for wanting to speak to the abbot are private. I will accept that, but only if you are with him. I know I can trust Starfleet. Please, protect Pajem from any who would violate its sanctity.
Alright, I should do that. Hello, suspicious Ambassador Socket.
Welcome to Vulcan. Do you have any questions?
Tell me about Pajem.
Pajem is a small world near Andoria. It is sacred to our people. There have been Vulcans on Pajem for centuries. In 2152, the ancient buildings that housed our monastery were destroyed by the Andorians.
And now Andorians, I seen them in the game, and in the game they are very poorly represented. I mean, they look great, but there isn't much interactions with them, right? So when I saw them, I thought they're just silly, like aliens with antennas. But then I watched Star Trek Enterprise, and Captain Sean there, or is it Sean? The main Andorian villain there. I loved him so much. So I actually quite like Andorians. They're also part of the Federation now.
It was a failing in our logic that led to conflict with the Andorians. We have corrected our error. After the Federation was founded, a group of Andorians, Vulcans, and humans rebuilt the monastery as a symbol of peaceful coexistence and cooperation. Since then, a group of monks has lived there. They study the ideals of Sirach. Do you have any questions?
What business do you have at Pajem?
My business is my own. If you must know more, I require a meeting with the abbot. He will not use subspace communications. So if I am to receive his counsel, I need to meet with him directly.
A little bit emotional, aren't we?
Do you have any questions?
I'm not going to tell him that he's not being trusted. I think that's poor decorum on Starfleet part, so I have spoken to Sabin. We can leave for Pajem now.
Excellent. Our departure has been delayed long enough by the whims of one man. I am prepared for the journey and can leave immediately.
Let's go. Tepala, attend to the matter we were discussing earlier. I'm leaving with the captain to board the shuttle. Peace and long life. Yes, Ambassador, have a safe journey. Live long and prosper. Lead on, Captain. My business here has concluded. Alright. Follow me. I think you can do Vulcan greeting as well. I think there is like an emote button for that, but I'm not... this game is not as polished as Warcraft, for example. So emotes, I know they exist, but I never used them. There are actually quite a few minigames with emotes, and but it's it's during events usually. There are some minigames with emotes, like different dancing minigames and stuff like that. So, but I have never done that. Our shuttle is smaller on the outside than in the inside.
You have logged your flight trajectory, and you are cleared for departure. Live long and prosper.
It is also the wrong shuttle. I'm using a different one. And also this is not a time shuttle, so it shouldn't be bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Ambassador Socket has retired to his quarters, Captain. We can leave the system whenever you want. Whenever you like. Depart system. Blink!
Your inventory has a replicator that will allow you to buy and sell items.
I know about this. I don't... And I believe I have disabled the what do you call it? Hint messages. And we are going to Pajam. A small M-class planet, Pajam was originally settled by Vulcan monks more than 3,000 years ago. Although the original monastery was destroyed during the Vulcan-Andorian conflicts in the 22nd century, the buildings were rebuilt by a coalition of humans, Andorians and Vulcans after the founding of the United Federation of Planets. Alright, begin. This is going to be another long episode. I'm going to tell you a little secret, right? It's widely known secret, but in order to be successful on YouTube, your videos have to be recommended to other people. And the way YouTube algorithm works, it recommends frequent uploads, but it also prefers shorter videos. And by shorter I mean videos like 10 to 15 minutes, something like that. So when I record episodes like this, that are an hour or so long, they are usually not recommended to people. I guess they are, because I am getting a little bit of views, but it's not as cool as it could have been. But it's the way I play, I guess. I will try to do shorter episodes with different series. I think my comic book reviews that I'm threatening will be shorter, and I should start watching more movies and not make insanely long videos like I did before for Predator and the Meg. And also the vlogs, like thinking out loud stuff, that should be shortened as well, and I could talk about nonsense. So yeah. Sir, I'm picking up an unusual energy readings in this system. We should scan the system before we take the ambassador to the surface. Agreed. Sensors on maximum. Scan energy pattern. Klingon ships decloaking, sir. Alright, but there is like loot.
This is Captain Katak to all Klingon vessels. Target their warp drive. There will be no escaping our vengeance this time.
What vengeance? I haven't done anything to you yet. And that was a waste. So slow. Okay. They be also cloaking. Not a fan of that. Did I fire? I think I did, but it did not work as I intended. Okay, that's disabled. And those guys are cloaked again. Okay. Here we go. Down. Captain, we are being hailed by the Klingons. On screen.
Cease your fire, Captain. Perhaps today is a day for words. My fellow captains were blinded by our vengeance toward the shapeshifter aboard your vessel. They have died with honor. But if I am to die this day, then I would prefer to regale the halls of Stovalkor with the tale of that foul creature's death.
Shapeshifter?
Ha! So even the mighty Federation has been fooled by the beast. Your guest from Vulcan is not as he or she seems, Captain. They are an Undine. They put on a false face and try to control us, but we Klingons know better. We will hunt them down until the last of these honorless dogs die screaming.
Klingons hate on Undine because Undine, I think, infiltrated their like council or something, and they started some serious trouble. So I think we will learn that later, but probably not in this mission. So that is good to know. And Undine, have you any proof?
Proof? Pah! Allow me to stick a blade in its belly while I look it in the eye while it dies. That should be proof enough, even for Starfleet.
I will take that into consideration.
If you wish the honor of the kill yourself, then it is yours to have. So long as the Undine dies, I will meet my death with eyes wide open and victory in my heart. I await your decision. Close hailing frequencies.
Let's consult with our friends. Before that, let's take items. And let's scan some gases. Because we love wasting time. And as I mentioned before, YouTube loves long videos, right? And I've seen one other there. Come on, come on. It's not taking that long, it's like few seconds. And oh, there is actually a bunch of them. Okay, never mind. Captain sensor scans indicate the Klingon vessel's warp drive, shields and weapon systems are all offline. I don't even think they have impulse power. Whatever you decide to do, they can't really do much about it. Discuss the Undine science. The Undine... This is not Evelyn. This is Kwon, I'm pretty sure. See, this is what I was talking about when I said that it's buggy as hell. The Undine are a species that was first encountered by the crew of the USS Voyager. They catalogued them as species 8472. As the Klingon commander indicated, they are indeed capable of changing shape. Additionally, they possess telepathic abilities that aid them in infiltrating the culture of other species. So Ambassador Socket could be one. I'm afraid that is a conclusion that we cannot rule out, Captain. I could conduct a test to determine if the Ambassador is who he claims to be. Unfortunately, that would violate his ambassadorial immunity. Let's discuss the Undine through tactical. Now, this is the correct Evelyn. I guess Kwon is our science officer. I guess this is not who we are talking to, but like who started talking with us, I guess. The Undine are physically superior to humans and consider anyone from our dimension to be an inferior life form. Their vessels are more than a match for the Borg. They represent a great threat to Starfleet. Where is Ambassador Socket now? The Ambassador is still in his quarters. Sir, I recommend sending a security detail to detain the Ambassador until we are certain of his identity. A sound precaution, agreed. And engineering... But see, this changes. Tamav is our engineer. The Undine come from a dimension known as fluidic space. They use quantum singularities to move into ours. I'm so glad that they are explaining this, because I was about to try to explain it, and that would take way too much time, as well as my bumbling around and trying to find correct worlds like fluidic space and stuff like that. I'm afraid much of their technology still remains a mystery to us, but one thing is certain, it is not to be underestimated. So why use a Starfleet vessel? That I can't say, Captain, but as the Undine are virtually unknown in the Beta Quadrant, my guess is that they are aiming to conceal their presence here. And the Klingons? What the Klingons are saying could be true, Captain. If the Undine are in the Beta Quadrant, it might just be that the Klingons sniffled them out before us. In this case, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. The Klingon vessel is awaiting your response, Captain. Call the ambassador to the bridge and open a channel to the Klingon vessel. Let's settle this.
My patience is growing thin, Captain. If you lack the stomach to slay the beast aboard your vessel, then any Klingon here would gladly do it for you. I'd hate for you to stain that pretty Starfleet uniform with Undine blood.
Very generous, but unnecessary.
Then the beast is slain? Makar! Very good. Perhaps you've the heart of a warrior after all. Let me look upon our enemy, and tonight we will dine together as warriors and drink to the honored dead.
I present Ambassador Socket.
Captain, I take my meditations very seriously. Why have I been summoned to the bridge?
Accused, meet your accuser.
Alive? You're a fool, Captain! Strike now before it's too late!
Not without proof, Katak.
You want proof? Then lower your shields and allow me to beam over. Once the Undine's blood coats my blade, you'll see it for what it truly is. A Grint hound in Tark's clothing.
Klingons are silly. Ambassador, allow me to explain.
There's no need, Captain. The situation is not difficult to unravel. My concern lies in the logic of you entertaining this Klingon's meritless claim.
Meritless but not unreasonable.
A most illogical conclusion. Allow us to examine the facts, Captain. You have a crippled Klingon vessel, whose captain has made unsubstantiated claims that I am an Undine, a species that is known to both the Federation and the Klingon Empire as a considerable threat.
Thus, a reasonable consideration.
Potentially, but only if a great many other factors were to be true. Is it not much more likely that the Klingons have, in the face of defeat, instead sought to exploit Starfleet's desire for peaceful resolutions to conflict in order to repair their vessel and renew their assault?
No, that would be dishonorable, I believe. Status of the Klingon vessel. Weapons inoperable, warp drive is still offline. Wait, I'm detecting an energy surge. They're engaging their cloaking device.
A true warrior strikes without mercy, Captain. I only hope to teach you this lesson personally before the Undine does. We may not be able to best your vessel, but a Klingon knows many roads to victory. The beast may have evaded my vengeance for now, but I can still ruin its plans here at Pajem.
Fire! I've lost them on sensors, Captain. They are gone. Scan the area. Captain, I'm detecting energy signatures on Pajam's surface. They are in the vicinity of the monastery. They appear to be transporter signals. Life signs indicate they are Klingon. I'm taking an away team down. Captain, shall I accompany you? No, it is too dangerous.
A wise precaution. Though I admit I am eager to see my people safe, I will await word until the monastery is secured. And Captain, let not my journey here be for naught.
Await him to transporter room 1. I lost them on sensors, Captain. They are gone. What?
A wise...
Right. Buggy as hell, as I said. The away team is ready to transport at your command, Captain, and let's beam down with our away team. Yay! New planet. Captain, we need to secure the area and then make our way towards the monastery, which is located at the top of the hill. I'm reading multiple Klingon patrols between us and the main building, sir. Recommend we proceed with caution. Stay alert, we need to find the monks. Right, here we are. There are some anomalies. The map is huge as always, but Yeah. I wonder if you can actually land on Pajem if you don't have this mission. I'm not sure. You, warrior, get a blaster in the face. I mean, phaser. Vulcan monk, right? Loot. Shield potions. Those grenades are not working out for you guys. Yeah, but they will eventually, right? Anything there? I think it's upper. Okay. That's not what I wanted. No, it is actually, but like... If you have seen that fuse armor, I think it depleted the shield right away. Which is cool. I should probably stop scanning that much. I think it's annoying to the viewers. And it's mostly for like the crafting materials, which we will be getting in abundance later anyway. So yeah, let's not do that. Mines. Yeah, that. I don't think it does that much if the guy does not have shields. It works better as shield remover. It is fortunate that you have arrived. The Klingons seek an Undine infiltrator and are surrounding the monastery in their search. I will attend to the wounded. You should go up the hill and talk to the abbot. More loot here. And we can actually talk to these guys. Which does nothing. Please go to the monastery entrance and seek the abbot. Okay. We can do that. Oh, armor. Nice. I will later equip everyone. I see that. Let's scan it quickly. So quickly. Sorry, a little bit of yawning going on my end. And I see another crafting material there. Oh! Okay. No, I guess it does damage regardless of like of their shields. Maybe it was just a coincidence that the shields dropped as I used it. Who knows? We will figure out that later. To be honest, the abilities are quite confusing. They have a lot of unnecessary stats, I feel like. And it's not like traditional stats like RPG stats, but crazy stats like I don't know, phaser rotation matrix. Like what is that supposed to mean, right? Sir, we are receiving an alert from Vulcan. Tepela says she must speak to you immediately. I will patch her through to your tricorder.
I have terrible news. Vulcan security forces have discovered the body of Ambassador Soketh. They have determined that he was killed by a phaser blast at short range. His remains were discovered in a stasis chamber hidden in a cavern beneath the Ambassador's residence. The Ambassador on your ship, the one that I have been working for, is an imposter.
And now that we actually have it confirmed, I would like to talk a little bit about the beginning of episode that I mentioned that I will address later. When we arrived, they said like something like the ambassador does not want to use the transporter, he wants to use the shuttle instead, and that it's illogical. Now obviously it is illogical for Vulcans, it is not illogical for Undine, but now why does he not want to use it? And that's what is interesting for me. It's either he has the same mentality as Bones, right? Or it is harmful to his species. And I don't think we know either. Like I haven't seen Undine in the TV show yet, and I don't remember Undine using transporters while in the game. But I guess it could be just personal preference, like Bones does not like to use transporters as well. Who knows? But it's an interesting thing to speculate, right? Maybe the transporters are harmful to the Undine physiology or something like that, or biology, or whatever you call it.
You need to be very careful. This imposter was able to fool Soketh's closest associates for months. He is crafty and very patient. Now that he has been discovered, he will be dangerous.
Captain, security teams have reached Ambassador Soketh quarters, but he's gone. They are searching the ship, but... damn it. Sir, unauthorized use of the transporters detected. The Vulcan government is requesting that the imposter Soketh be... Sorry. That imposter Soketh be detained and returned to Vulcan for questioning. Sir, whomever used the transporter raised the logs, but I have a feeling that the imposter is on the planet's surface. I recommend we locate him immediately. We will find him. Find him, not fight. And here he is, using transporter.
Such emotion on your face.
So it's personal preference,
I see now my deception has been exposed.
not biology
Pity.
issues.
Capturing the abbot so we could replace him as well would have been beneficial. But we are strong. We will prevail. You are weak, and the weak shall perish.
So he's Undine. Confirmed. Where is he? Behind us? No, here he is. Okay. And he has no shields, no armor, nothing. He has nothing. He's going to be killed. Or detained. I think killed. Very easily killed, even though he... I think he is running away. Even though he is bypassing our shields. I recommend we return to the Epirus and search for the Undine ship. We need to find the Undine and take it back to Starfleet. Beam up. So Undine are actually enemies later, and their ships and troops are actually very tough, and their attacks usually bypass shields, so it's like they are pain to fight, and they have a bunch of HP, so you will see. The ships are fine, even though they have like some annoying abilities, but you can counter them. But on ground, I guess because I'm not used to playing the ground very much, it's but at the same time I haven't used much of the abilities, so maybe if I'm now that I will be using abilities, maybe it will be more easier. Captain, there is an Undine ship on an intercept course. Sir, the Epirus doesn't have the armaments to handle an Undine attack. Starfleet reports that it is sending ships to assist us, but they are about 60 seconds out. We have to hold out until the reinforcements get here, Captain. If we target their torpedoes, we might have a chance. So their attacks have destructible projectiles like this. And yeah, we have a chance if we don't miss them. How about... Yeah, see, we are not even scratching them. No? Damn it! Okay, evasive maneuvers, we need to... get a little bit of distance between us. So I have the time to shoot at the torpedoes actually. I don't actually have to shoot at him, so this is pointless. Heal the shields, and we have reinforcements. They should take care of them, of the ship, but they are still firing at us. What I was trying to do here, I think I haven't actually done it because I decided to turn the ship around instead. You can actually, with those arrows, choose which shields are stronger, I guess. You have like overall shield strength, but you can also prioritize these shields, right? So you can see the rest is being drained and this one gets improved. But it's like, I think you actually have to keep spamming it because it's not as quick. I think it can be improved by... Okay. Teaching later. And in now. Guys, can you destroy it? I can barely scratch it. And I'm too close to him. I think we will die here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Probably yes though. He's on 80%. Okay, I'm out of range. Guys, you are barely damaging him. Okay, now it's slightly better. Can I fire? I can fire. They can also help with shields. Damn it. But it's fine, I don't lose progress and they actually keep fighting him, so it's no big deal. It's just my pride that is being damaged. Loot stuff. Now, can you actually like die? Please. I think he's even been healed by something. Now, thankfully, he's now attacking someone else, not me, because now I can actually concentrate on him. And now he's again facing me. Okay. Time to get away. To regroup. And let him rethink his choices. No, 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 no. Fire at it! Fire at it! Damn it. I need to improve my accuracy, I think. Can I finish you with this? Probably I cannot. Yeah, that's not enough. And I did not notice that torpedo at all. I was looking at the user interface, not the game itself. But it looks like he's dying. Finally. No. No. Okay, thank you. Die finally. Oh my god. I think they were this hard just because we are low level. Okay. Downloading the data now, Captain. Incoming message. Incoming message from the USS Challenger, Captain Tercy.
This is Captain LaForge of the USS Challenger. Glad to see we made it here in time to lend you a hand. Perhaps you'll return the favor someday. LaForge out.
And here is something interesting. This is an old mission, and before Jordi was not part of the game. Like he was. They got a voice actor to do some lines for, I think, the previous expansion, and I guess they added a few lines to all their missions as well. And because they had some lines, they decided to put the character here as well. Previously it was, I'm pretty sure, just some random captain. We have recovered the final data transmissions from the Undine vessel, as well as samples of the organic material that was used to create the ship. We need to get all of this back to Starfleet intelligence. They might be able to decrypt the messages and tell us more. Mission complete, right? So yeah, Undine are using organic ships. It's similar to Wraiths in Stargate or Volorons. Are they Volorons? Volorons in Babylon 5.
The ambassador was an Undine? I'm afraid their infiltration of the Federation goes much deeper than we realized. Who knows what kind of havoc they could create?
And complete.
Congratulations, Lieutenant.
Now we will get a new officer who will be joining the crew of Epirus. Klingon? Really? No, I want an Andorian. Klingons are cool, and Saurians are cool as well, but oh, actually he has a cool space ability. But actually yeah, I will be scrapping this one. He will not be actually joining our crew, but we can get him to teach our officers one of the abilities that he knows, and I think Tractor Beam Repulsors 3 is actually rare, but this Klingon has attack pattern Delta, which is also cool. Huh. Let's take tractor beams. They are useful for example, when there are these destructible projectiles or mines. You can pop that, and that will actually destroy all the mines and torpedoes that are being launched at you. So that's useful, and it also pushes out enemy ships. So if they are, for example, exploding, then you can actually push them out so they do not explode in your face and damage you as well. But yeah, he will not be joining the crew, but I'm taking it. And he does not have antennas. Not now. And for some reason I still don't have place for him. Oh well. Anyway, I will be continuing with a little bit of management, like equipping items and choosing skill points in the next video. I think we have already spent way too much time on this one. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, write a comment, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. I have been AgitatedCrane, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.